Hey guys, it is Mariel with Fathom Realty. Thanks for tuning in this week to Mariel's Realistic Real Estate Advice. Today's episode is brought to you by, I'm doing this in my media room because my husband has taken over my office since we were both working from home. So today's topic is talking about an HOA, a homeowners association. What that means, what it is made up of, and what that means in a contract on the buying and the selling side. So what exactly is an HOA? It is run by a board of directors that's elected by the homeowners within that association. And what they do is oversee all the common properties and assets within that area. They also enforce and make all the rules that are set in place. They manage the finances, they manage the business affairs, and they make sure they oversee all the maintenance and upkeep for that subdivision, planned community, or condominium. So let's talk about what that means when you are in an executed contract on the selling side. So say you are in an executed contract. In the contract itself, it is going to state an X amount of days that the HOA needs to send all the relevant information to the potential buyer. That means everything about the HOA, what it stands for, the rules, the regulations, everything that means to be associated in that HOA. So they need to send that within a certain period of time. That way, the potential buyer understands what exactly they're going to be walking into and agreeing to when they purchase the house. So you as the seller want to make sure that you contact your HOA as soon as possible to get all of those documents sent over to the buyer's address. So let's talk about the buying side and how the HOA plays into the contract. We've discussed before, there's many different ways that a buyer can back out of the contract or terminate the contract, and this is one of them. So the HOA, because it makes and enforces rules, there's also typically a mandatory fee that you have to pay either manually, quarterly, biannually, or annually. So the buyer needs to understand everything that's associated with the HOA, what it means to be part of that association, the rules, the guidelines, and the fees that they're going to have to be paying. So as a buyer, you want to make sure that the seller has understood and they do their due diligence to go ahead and send that information to the address that you've put it on the contract. So when you get those documents, you want to read through them thoroughly and make sure that you are 100% on board and making sure that you can abide by those rules and guidelines set forth by the HOA. So say for instance, you do not get the papers in time of that due date on the executed contract. This is one of the ways that you could terminate the contract and completely walk out. If you do get the papers and you're reading through them and you decide this is just not the association for me, I don't agree with some of the rules that they set in place, and you never want to find yourself fighting with an HOA or getting fined by the HOA and getting a lien put on your house. So if you feel uncomfortable about the Homeowners Association's rules and guidelines, then go ahead and say, hey, I can't be part of this association. I am going to be terminating the contract and walking out. So guys, I hope this is helpful. I hope you guys have a little bit more of an understanding of what a homeowners association is, what it's there for, and what it means when you are in an executed contract on the buying and the selling side. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them below. You know, I love hearing from all of you. If there's another topic that you'd like for me to cover, please let me know. My information's on my profile. I'd love to add it to the list. Thank you for tuning in, you guys. I hope that you guys are staying healthy, that you're staying safe, and I look forward to speaking with you guys next week.